Yo, what's good? Des, D-So from the Windy City Slime Dogs of the Straight Shooters Fantasy Football League on Yahoo. Want to go ahead and start a little podcast about what's going on during our season. We halfway through the football season, so it's I don't really want to take too long talking about everything that happened so far, but just a little recap of everything. We'll just start a little with the draft. So uh, it was a good draft season for us. Everybody finally took in consideration what was going on as far as our league scoring. So running backs are very heavy in our league. We get point 0.5 per carry. We're a double flex league, so we get to play more players. So that just heightens the heightens everything for everybody. So we're gonna start with some draft day projections. So after the draft, um, this everybody started with running backs first 3 rounds. I feel like everybody took a running back except one team, one or two teams when they took Chase, Jefferson, or whatever. But after the night of the draft, the projected standings were number one Monstars, number two Black Delegation, number three, Windy City Slime Dogs. Number four, Straight Cash Homie. Number five, No Cap. Number six, The Goats. Number seven, Murray Up and Buy. Number eight, Bud Kangs. Number nine, Smokey the Bear. Number 10, Hannibal Collector. Number 11, Blowing Smoke. And number 12, Sonic Boom. So from the draft, it just looked like Yahoo is saying Jameer Gibbs was a great pick. Travis Hunter was a great pick. Um, for Monstars, why they had them number one, they was just like, from the draft projections, this is just, it's changed a lot since then. So since we since we went over the draft rankings, uh, everybody had, solid drafts, in my opinion. Everybody was even to start the season. Then when trades happen, and things switch quickly. So right after the draft, I feel like a couple days we had a big trade of No Cap with CD Lamb going to Hannibal Collector with Josh Jacobs. So No Cap got Josh, Hannibal Collector got CD. And in our league, with the running backs being so great, like even though CD is a top three, top four wide receiver, Jacobs just, the scoring is just magnificent with being a running back one. Like, the carries, the touches is just overwhelming. So now we're going to go through the different divisions. So it's the straight shooters league. So we have the Glock division and we have the Smith and Wesson division. So everybody is separated by those divisions. We're going to start with the Glock division and go from, where we were from in the draft to where we are now. I'm going to discuss a few trades that happened to these teams, a few upgrades that happened through each team. Not necessarily every trade, because there'd be too many trades. I'm a big trader myself, so I know I done made hella trades. I ain't going to be able to remember every trade that I done did. So let me see. So we're going to start with the number one team in the entire league and in the Glock division, which was No Cap. And his quarterback right now is Jaden Daniels. He recently acquired him for Jalen Hurts, and he traded Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith for Jaden Daniels to the GOAT. So he just got him. He has CD Lamb, Keenan Allen, McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, Gatson, Tracy, Monungai. So quick story. Like I just said, he started off with CD, traded CD for Josh Jacobs. As I just read, he had CD and Josh Jacobs. So it's been a while from the draft till now. So he made a lot of trades to get both of them back. So yeah, it was like, that's just great GMing to do that. Like, CD was out. Like, personally, I had CD at one point. I traded him for Bucky Irvin. The person that, who did I trade? Murray Up and Buy. then traded him for Quinshawn Judkins. So it's just how it go. People make different moves for different reasons. So that's just how it goes. Sometimes when you in fantasy, you can't control everything. So a lot of the Bengals offense was a little cheap. So that's a good deal. Travis Kelsey at tight end. Kamara just acquired Kamara. Um, just acquired Kamara. So yeah, that's a good deal right there. Um, let's see. Let's go back. That was a deal recently. So yeah, so Alvin Kamara, Gainwell, Devin Neal for Aaron Jones and AJ Brown for Bud Canes and Smokey the Bear. So yeah, that was a solid deal, man. You get you a number one running back, you get you a number one receiver when he healthy and when the offense is moving. Uh, so we back. We talking about Smokey the Bear. So we got Alvin Kamara, Wandale Robinson. Man, some solid guys. Pitts Jr. Pitts Senior. I'm sorry, on the bench. Pearsall. He's been waiting on Pearsall to come back since week 4. Hoping he can plug him in, man. He was doing some solid things for San Francisco, and we know if you a top receiver in San Francisco offense, you're gonna get some production. So yeah, he's hoping to get him back, and that'll be another piece to the puzzle for him. So he has Blake Corum as well. Like he has the backup to Kyron Williams, just in case something happens. He plug and play. So that's a good way to GM in our league. Good way, good way. So they're 5-3. Good shit, Smokey the Bear. Let's go. Windy City Slime Dogs, which is me. I'm 4-4. So a little backstory on me. I started on 4. But was like fifth, sixth in points in the league. So we're a 12-man league. Man, I'm top half of the league in points on 4. So it was like, okay, what am I doing wrong? I'm not doing really too much wrong. People was having their best weeks on me. I'm still scoring, but I'm not scoring enough. So I just had to make a lot of trades. So bye weeks, I couldn't let bye weeks affect me. So I had to make a lot of trades, even though I didn't want to make some trades. Like I traded Jamar Chase the day that he had fucking 161 yards. I traded him that morning. So it was tough. I didn't know he was gonna do that, but in my eyes, I wanted to go get Saquon, so I gave up James Cook and Chase for Saquon and Kenneth Walker. Then I end up trading Kenneth Walker. I want to say, I can't remember what I traded Kenneth Walker for, but I feel like I made a deal to go make another deal. That's kind of how I look at it. So I have Dak Prescott, Cortland Sutton, Puka Nakua, A Chain, Woody Marks, Trey McBride, Jake Ferguson. On bye, I have Saquon. I have Bucky Irvin hurt. So I'm hoping I'm a high risk, high reward with Bucky Irvin. So if he come back, I feel like it'll take me to a whole nother level. I'm solid right now when I'm healthy. As long as A Chain is with me, it's gonna be good for me. His floor is about 20, so as long as his floor is around there, man, we gonna be solid. We 4-4 right now. On a 4-game winning streak. Like I said, I started on 4. Now I won 4 in a row. So on the up and up, man. We got a good matchup with Monstars this week. We're not gonna underestimate them. We're gonna hope that we come out on top, of course. But it's a long season, a long way to go. Okay, next in the Glock division, we got Black Delegation. So they at number 10. Number 10. So they're in a rough spot right now. 3-5 on a 4-game winning losing streak. So it's rough for them right now. But they had Lamar Jackson hurt for a while. Finally came back. Thursday had a great game. Oh yeah, Zay Flowers, Smith and Jigba on bye. Smith and Jigba's been damn near. What is he? Is he the number one receiver in the fantasy league this year? Might be. So yeah, he got Smith and Jigba, Montgomery, ETN, Tyler Warren, Bam Knight, Brock Bowers. Had Brock Bowers hurt. He's getting a lot of healthy guys back. Igbuka on bye. Marion Hampton is hurt. When he comes back, he's gonna be a plug-in starter. You hope. Well, you really know that, but young boy hurt, so you gotta hope he come back healthy and ready to go. But they're very, very underrated because they had a lot of guys hurt. They're coming back strong, so you gotta watch out for Black Delegation. The only issue I have with Black Delegation was they had Bijan Robinson as their top running back. Ended up trading him for Bill Merritt. Um, I did not read Bill Merritt's name on this list. So he doesn't have Bill Merritt no more, or he doesn't have Bijan. So we're going to see if that comes back to bite him or if it doesn't. So yeah, black delegation, man. Look out for black delegation second half of the season. Even though they're on a 4 game losing streak right now, man. You gotta watch out for them. Um, at number 11, at 1-7, we got the goats. Um, in a tough spot right now. So man, it's pretty rough for them right now. Um, just a little backstory on them. They drafted Ashton Genty. Um, the Raiders didn't start too good, so as your team go, I mean as your top pick go, your team go. It's kind of rough. So he did make a great trade. Ashton Genty for St. Brown and Jordan Mason a couple weeks ago. Um, then traded Jordan St. Brown. That might come back to bite him now that Ramondre Stevenson is hurt. That's who he traded him for. So that might come back to bite him. He's hurt right now. You're in a tough spot. But it's a long season, so you're never out of it. You gotta make trades. You gotta do whatever you can to do what you gotta do. So he has Bo Nix, Juwan Jennings, Stephon Diggs, Jordan Mason, Ramondre is hurt, George Kittle, Marvin Harrison, Nico Collins. Devontae Smith on bye, Evan Ingram, Jalen Hurts on bye. Like I said, he just traded for Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. So had to get that stack. He has the Eagles stack just on bye this week. So, you never know what can happen. Your matchup could get hurt. Anybody can get hurt. Injuries can happen. Trades can happen. You never know. So if you still gonna stay in it, just stay in it. You 1-7 right now, but you still got a chance. You still got a chance. You never know. Um, I think I started 1-6 last year. And then, just making hella trades. I fucking came back, made the playoffs. Still lost, but shit, came back, made the playoffs. So you gotta keep going if you want to keep going. Like a lot of people don't want to keep going, but Ray, you still got a chance, bro, if you want it. Next, we're gonna go. So that's the end of the Glock division. That was the whole Glock division. Again, the teams in the Glock division: No Cap, Bud Kang, Smokey the Bear, Windy City Slime Dogs, Black Delegation, the Goats. And that's in order of standings as well. So next we're gonna go to the Smith and Wesson division. Number one in the Smith and Wesson division, and number two in the entire league at 5-3 is Murray up and by. So even though they have less points than Bud Kangs, they're top in their division, so they're gonna get that top spot. They're 5-1 in their division, so they're beating who they're supposed to beat. You know what I mean? So that's good. You're supposed to beat your division, no matter what's going on. He's gonna keep that spot and probably get a great matchup in the playoffs if it keep going how it go. He has Daniel Jones at quarterback, Rasheed Rice. Man, recently acquired Rasheed Rice. Got him soon as the damn suspension was over. Got him from Smokey the Bear for and Jalen Warren from him as well. I think Smokey the Bear might, he might be regretting a little bit of holding on him so long and missing out on them 2 games and him getting off like that. I could be wrong, but it's just from my perspective, you held on to him for a long time just for him to get off on somebody else's team. So that's kind of how I feel if Bucky don't work and CD work. Like I traded him for the potential of getting a top running back when he come back. They both was hurt around the same time. One's back before the other, so that's a big ass risk on my end. So I hope it pay out. But you got more ships than me, so I know how it go. You got it. Murray up a bye again. So yeah, Daniel Jones, Drake London, Rasheed Rice, Jalen Warren, Vidal. Vidal was a great pickup. You got him off the waiver wire as soon as Amari Hampton got hurt. So that was a great pickup on your end. You got a low end damn near running back one for free. So yeah, that's great. Plug and play right there. A little light at tight end with Barner this week from the Seattle Seahawks, but projections don't matter. Mark Andrews just had 2 touchdowns on 2 catches. So tight ends get to close to the goal line, a little play action. You got yourself a touchdown. Your tight end is top 5 tight end for the week. Just how the tight end position goes. So you never know. You're never out of it. McMillan and Michael Carter plugged in right now. Bill Merritt on the bench. Pacheco hurt. Judkins a little banged up, but on bye, so he probably come back a little healthy. Garrett Wilson just recently acquired him. He's hurt. Hopefully he come back after the bye. Brandon Ayuk on the pup. So yeah, personally I would start Merritt even though he's been, a little bit underwhelming with the start since that game against, was it the Bears? Let's just double check. No, it was against the Chargers, and then that's when he got traded for Bijan. After that game, after that big blow up game, and he ain't been really on too much since. So he's been solid, but for our league, as starters, you got three running backs in that backfield touching the ball. That's not really good. You can deal with a split backfield between two, but between three, he's projected on our league for 17.5. He hasn't got close to that since that 34-point game, and that's the only week he hasn't touched over 16. So being projected for 16 and you've been getting over that is just, you know, that's underrated. So you gotta account for that. Mark Andrews had a great game yesterday. Even though on two catches, you got two touchdowns. So with that in the PPR league, man, that's 17 points right there for him. Two rush attempts. In our league, now you got a full point for getting a rush, an extra point. So that's tough. That was only took because he going against me. But we all good. I see you, Monstars. He turning up, man. This is a solid team. He's one of the teams. I don't think he made a trade this year. And he's solid. You in the playoff race. You like your team. You like what you doing. So you might not want to make no trades. Shit, you winning, so you win some, you lose some. You don't want to risk it. So hey, I don't blame you. DJ Moore, Chuba Hubbard, man, Chuba. He lost a little work to Rico, but Rico got a little bit more juice right now. But we know what Chuba do, man. When Chuba get the ball, we get the bulk of the work. Chuba gonna be Chuba, and that's just undeniable. He's been underrated all his career, man. But every time you get Chuba, you plug him in, and late in the season, he done won people ships. He done took people to the playoffs, man. So don't hold off on Chuba. So he's definitely playing him. He's gonna keep playing him. I think so. Um, got Njoku on bye. Let me see. Brian Robinson, Brock Purdy. Hopefully Brock come back at some point. But man, they really not trying to rush the toe injury. And I feel like at some point they gonna rule him out for the rest of the season, man. Can't get the toe healthy. You can't get your toe healthy steady trying to practice on the seeing if it's healthy. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's the Monstars at 4-4. Man, good luck the rest of the season. Just not this week, my boy. Just not this week. Let me see. Sonic Boom. We have next in the eighth spot. Uh, Man, solid, solid. Got Matthew Stafford, T. Higgins, Devontae Adams. Just recently acquired him. I gave him Devontae for Trey McBride. So that was a 1-for-1. He has. Let me just give you a little story on them. They have three tight ends, man. So they 4-4 right now with three tight ends and a two flex league. They had Trey McBride, Kincaid, and Goddard. That's risky, but it paid off. You 4-4. You solid, man. You was real solid. Did what you had to do to get by them top tight ends. It wasn't like you just plug and playing some bottom tier tight ends. So man, got them by and got them a chance to get the stack of Stafford and Devontae. Hopefully that pay off for him. That's what he's looking to do. T. Higgins got Joe Flacco throwing on the ball now, so him and Chase is more damn near borderline wide receiver ones together. Even though Chase is the wide receiver one with Joe Burrow, Higgins is a top 10 wide receiver with Joe Burrow is looking like. I mean with Joe Flacco. I'm sorry. He is looking like whenever they play, man. So you got some steals right there. Derrick Henry's been a little down, but that was without Lamar. You kind of got to zero in on Derrick Henry. So now he's getting the juice back. Got Genty. Genty been a little down. The Raiders as a whole has been down. But you got to bank on those couple weeks that he, was showing it. He's showing that he can do it. He's a running back one. He's gonna once he become a running back one for real, he ain't gonna stop. He just just getting through it right now, getting through the growing pains. And I trust Pete Carroll to get him there. Pete Carroll is a solid coach, man. Like I said, he got Kincaid, Darius Slayton, Tony Pollard, Xavier Worthy. Tony Pollard been a little down. Tajay Spears came back. They've been trying to get Tajay Spears a lot of work ever since I think Derrick Henry been there. Like they always trying to see what they can get out of him, but he always hurt. So unfortunately, Tony Pollard got to go through that. But Tony Pollard always solid. So we just got to keep going with him, hoping the vet, just push through, push through. Next we have Hannibal Collector at 4-4. Once again, it's a lot of teams at 4-4 and 5-3. You still have a chance. The pendulum swing all the time, man. It swing all the time. You never know. Let's see. Hannibal Collector, 4-4. Right now, in a one-game losing streak, 3-3 in the division. Solid, man. He's splitting games. You know, you solid. Number one waiver right now. He waiting on that gem to come out. You know what I mean? He waiting on that big move to use that number one, man, which you never know can happen, man, with these running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks. You never know what can happen, man, when you got to use that waiver wire. So Hannibal Collector, they have Drake May, Olave. I ain't gonna brush past Drake May, man. Drake May has been great. The number three quarterback in our league. We do get points for completions as well. We get touchdown bonuses, 40-yard touchdown bonuses. So man, that's a great pickup for me. I think you got from the waiver wire if I'm not mistaken as well. So him and Daniel Jones might be the top two waiver wire pickups this season, man. Just because of your guys to go to worse situation than they already in. Because it's a reason you got your guys now. So she has Dalton Schultz, Kareem Hunt, and Coleman. Now Kareem Hunt in a normal league probably wouldn't have him. In our league, he gets touchdowns, he gets touches, he gets carries, so he's better than most running backs. You know what I mean? You can't have that on the waiver wire, man. He's getting touches. So in our league, you got to have a Kareem Hunt type guy, man, that can come through for you and just get you a solid floor. You know, and now with Pacheco hurt, that's why you had guys like that. I went and picked up Rashad Smith. So, you know, them type of offenses, man, I like to have people on top offenses sometimes. You got to try to get a piece of the top offenses, man. Yeah, Coleman been a little underwhelming. Got Chubb. Personally, I would play Nick Chubb, but you know he's been falling out of favor a little bit, even though he's a vet. You know, but Jerome Ford on bye, Baker on bye, Calvin Ridley on bye. I mean, well, he's hurt, so yeah, it's been a little rough for blowing smoke. Um, it's a long season still. It's a few weeks left. 8 weeks left. You got time. You make some trades, some injuries can happen. You never know what can happen in our league, man. You never out of it till the damn last season, so all the playoff spots is locked up. So that's all I'm gonna say. Uh, we're gonna go over some matchups. So this week is week 9. So yeah, the matchup of the week is No Cap at 7-1, the number one team, and Straight Cash Homie at 5-3, number 4 team. So we got a great matchup with those two teams, man. Potential playoff matchup, potential championship game matchup. From these projections, so you know, man, we gonna see how that come out. We got the Goats, we got Sonic Boom playing, we got Hannibal Collector versus Black Delegation. We got myself, the Windy City Slime Dogs against Monstars. We got Bud Canes versus Murray Up and By. You gotta watch that. That's a number 2 versus number 3 matchup. You gotta watch that matchup. And we got Blowing Smoke versus Smokey the Bear. So yeah, man, them the matchups from this week. Keeping my eye on these. Hope I come out on top, of course. But good luck to everybody, man. If it's something you want me to add to the podcast, to what I'm doing, man, let me know. I want to get better with getting more information week to week, getting better, providing more week to week updates, more week to week recaps on what happened. Just got to refresh the memory, and you know, this is our first time doing this, so you know, any suggestions is please let me know for sure. All right, y'all. It's Dez of the Windy City Slime Dogs, with straight shooters. So man, we out of here, man. We gonna be back next week for week 10 with what happened, who won, if I can keep my win streak going, if I made a trade, if anybody made a trade from this week forward. We will talk about all the trades because we only got one more trade. We got one more week to the trade deadline. Trade deadline November 11th, I think. So let's go, man. We out.